Deborah,
Yes.
you're 36.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Uh-oh. You high?
No.
Really?
What's your question?
My question is, I have this rock star who's in love with me.
I get that all the time.
Uh-huh.
Well, his spirit talks to me.
So you hear voices.
Right.
Are you on any medication right now?
Yes, I am.
What medicines are you taking?
Haldol.
Haldol, which is an antipsychotic medication. Are you schizophrenic?
That's what I was clarified as.
So she is schizophrenic.
Which rock star?
David Coverdale.
He's alive, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I see. He speaks to you clairvoyantly, although he's just not in the same room, right?
Right. His spirit talks to me.
Deborah, are
Interesting.
you living independently?
No.
You live in a home or something?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Hey,
He supports you?
Huh?
He supports you?
No, I get SSI.
Okay.
Hey, Deborah, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
As long as you're going to communicate with someone sort of telepathically,
Uh-huh.
why go with the guy from Whitesnake? You know what I mean? Why not go with Jimi Hendrix or something like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to be nuts, you might as well do it right. I mean, like if you're going to
I didn't ask him to talk to me.
Oh, I see.
You just get him? You have no say in
I
it?
went to his concert. He gave me a cold stare, and then ever since, my whole life's been different.
Have you been screwing around with your medication?
Huh?
Have you not been taking your medication the way it's prescribed?
Yes, I have.
Exactly. How much Haldol are you taking?
I take 1 in the morning and 2 at night.
Okay. You might want to call the doctor that's prescribing that, because the Haldol should control those sorts of symptoms. You shouldn't be hearing voices. You shouldn't be...
You don't believe in spiritual life?
You shouldn't be believing that messages are being taught or being sent to you through the radio and that kind of thing. Is that those are?
I don't believe in that.
Deborah, those are. I know. Those are symptoms of your active schizophrenia.
I can see you talking to your grandfather or Harriet Tubman or something, but not David Coverdale. That doesn't make sense.
When you have schizophrenia, these are the symptoms that the disease is active.
Now, when did you go to the Whitesnake concert?
This was 9 years ago.
Right. And has he been... sorry, go ahead.
Same question. Have you been talking to him for 9 years?
Yes, I have.
What do you guys chat about?
He just tells me how much he loves me and he's going to marry me and all this stuff. And this has been going on for 9 years, and I'm tired of it.
Does your boyfriend know?
Yeah.
He's okay with that?
Uh-huh.
Well,
He talks to him.
Her boyfriend's Leif Garrett. Do you have a real boyfriend? I mean, is he in the house and stuff?
He's in another room.
Oh, okay. What's he do?
He's retired.
He's retired?
Uh-huh.
Some sort of oil tycoon or something? No.
I don't want to get into that.
Is he an older gen? Or
Yes,
just...
he is.
Oh, he is? Mm-hmm. Now, does he have a girlfriend other than you, too?
No.
He's not dating Deborah Harry or something like that?
No.
No.
So you're basically saying you want this to stop, right?
Yeah, I want him, either he comes into my life or he leaves it.
If you want it to stop, you need to adjust the medication. Have you been on anything besides Haldol?
I was taking Thorazine once.
Okay. There are some newer medications for schizophrenia right now that are really quite effective.
There is?
Yeah, a lot of new stuff out there. And
I'm just wondering what this guy wants with me.
I just think in terms of getting the symptoms to stop. And if you get your medications changed, it should.
I know this is a feudal and adolescent, Drew, but I just want to try something. I just want to try some sort of retarded layman logic here for a second.
On her?
Yeah.
It could be dangerous. I mean, seriously, it could...
Well, that's not going to be. I'm not going to take on the voice of Satan or anything. I'm just, you know, you have schizophrenia, right?
Yeah.
You're aware you have a condition, and it manifests itself in hearing voices and manufacturing things that aren't really there, right?
I believe he's there.
All right, I know David Coverdale's around somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Certainly not touring, but he's around. I think his agent would like to talk to him too. But the point is you realize you have this condition, right?
Right.
So wouldn't you use logic? And, like, put it this way, Deborah. You ever been drunk?
Yeah.
Okay, like, I've been drunk. I've been really drunk, and I've been in Tijuana, and I've seen a guy walking down the street, and he looked like two guys. There was two of them.
Mm.
But I knew there was only one because I knew I was really drunk, and I was aware how drunk I was.
Uh-huh.
I was aware that I was under the influence of something and in the grips of something.
Uh-huh.
Now, you're in the grips of this disease. don't you...
I don't think it's a disease, though.
All right, but you understand that you have something that would make you think that you would be dating David Coverdale when you're not dating David Coverdale.
Or even if you're not thinking it, that you will hear him. Like, you actually hear him. It's not even that you think you're hearing him. You hear him, but you know that that's because of the
Other people
schizophrenia.
have heard him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I got to go now. You got to take more medication, Deborah.
How much I have to take?
Well, more than you're taking now.
You may have to change your medication because there's some newer stuff with lesser side effects. And make sure you
Is this
consult.
Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Drew.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Is it that 9 years ago she went to a Whitesnake concert, which I think could have caused the whole thing? She was, she was probably like in the gifted program at some Ivy League school before she went to the Whitesnake concert. But the point is she saw David Coverdale. They locked eyes for a moment. She was already under this, had the schizophrenia, and that was it for her.
She probably has had other things like this throughout her life. This is just the one du jour. This is the one she's having now, and it locked in as a result of a circumstance.
Right.
I mean, delusions often have a basis in reality, but the interpretations are always really skewed, really bizarre. And what you saw an example of there was lack of insight, which is something we deal with all the time with our patients, with our callers. But this is just
patients. Let's call them patients.
But this is just a more obvious example of somebody that can't get the insight.
I know, but you know my example? Like, I've been really freaked out on mushrooms before.
Yes.
And I've seen, I saw a bee flying in the air, and I could see the little ripples coming off its wings like it was in a pond of water, you know, even though it was in the air. And I thought it was great, but I was really high, and I knew it was only happening because I was high, even though it was totally real to me.
That's insight.
Oh, that is?
And that's the difference between being high and having the disease?
But she knows she has schizophrenia. That doesn't do it?
She doesn't make the connection between the two?
Think of all the people we have with personality problems, where they make all those connections and they go, oh, but I love him.
Right.
Same problem.
Okay. No, Drew's always right. Val?
Yes.
You're 23?
Yep.
What's up?
I'm calling about a year ago. It was a year ago, April 27th. My father passed away. It was in a motorcycle accident.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Yeah, I've been to counselor after counselor after counselor, and they all tell me the same thing, you know, you have a fear of loss, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is I'm taking it out on everybody around me. My best friend, my boyfriend, my daughter.
What are you doing?
I'm downright mean now. And
were you that close with your dad?
no, I hated the bastard. Sorry, I shouldn't say that on the radio.
So this was just merely an excuse for you to start acting out your hostility.
It was more of, my dad was bad to me when I was growing up.
Wait,
real bad.
Wait. You hate the bastard. You wish he had died, and now he died.
No. We had started to work through all that, and the lady killed him before we ever had a chance to get any closure, I should say.
You mean the lady in the car?
The lady in the car that hit him, she hit him head on and killed him.
Let me ask a couple of good questions. Quiet, Drew.
Okay.
No.
What did he do to you that made you hate him?
My mom gave me up to him when I was 4, and I grew up in crack parties and orgies, and I knew how to cut his stuff and sell it for him. I mean, by the time I was...
You're an addict too, Val?
Huh?
You're an addict also?
I've never touched the stuff. I had my moment with it when I was about 17 and realized I was going to be my father and said, I'm never touching the stuff again. And then I got pregnant. And
Speed.
And so you don't drink now?
oh, no, my mom's the alcoholic. I leave that to her.
All right, so Val, God bless you for having kids, by the way, being the world's angriest mom. Okay, here's this, all right, I'm not going to dig in on Val because she's been through enough in her relatively short life. And by the way, she's 23, sounds like a Vietnam nurse in her 50s.
You gotta let me loose on this one.
No. Here's the dealio. Your dad's a horrible guy, and your mom may be worse. And a lot of the anger you have toward your dad should also be heading toward your mom, who is the one who dumped you off with the drug addict biker and went and chased her booze dreams and never dealt with you. I don't know. your dad probably was lucky to make it as far as he did in life. I mean, if he died at 45, that was probably old for him, considering the kind of life he was living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of progress you were trying to make with him, but this is more about therapy for you. And go ahead, Drew. Drew's
got about 10 things
bit.
to say you.
Hurry.
One is Adam is absolutely right. He outlived his disease. That has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, your dad was an absolute asshole. You wished him dead, and he died. That must feel horrible. You wanted him dead, and he died. Here's the reality about that relationship you were forming with him. It would not have gone anywhere. There is no way that would have gone anywhere but to more misery for you.
How do you know?
I know it because I'm talking to Val. I can tell what's going on with Val.
Maybe he got sober and found Jesus Christ.
It's not going anywhere because Val didn't do any work. She would have done a lot of work herself also to make that relationship work. That relationship was going nowhere. You wished him dead and he died, and now you're guilty.
She didn't wish him dead.
Val, when you were a kid, you didn't wish your dad dead?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wished him dead.
Okay. And he died, and you feel guilty, and you feel as though somehow that you had a responsibility in that regard. It has nothing to do with you. He died of his disease of addiction. That relationship you thought you were going to have with him was never going to be real, never going to be realized, never going anywhere. This has nothing to do with you. It's his disease. Take care of yourself. You've got a ton of crap you got to deal with. Let go of all this. You're just using it as an excuse to act out on the people you love.
And please,
cut it
focus
out.
on your kid.
Cut it out. It's not okay,
Ooh,
Val.
True. High horse, out of the barn.
No, I know what this is. I've seen this a million times.
And what happened? Was your dad sober?
He had sobered up, but
no. I know what this is, Adam.
He
Don't. He was just using a little less at this time.
Right.
Val, cut it out. If you want some help, go to an Al-Anon meeting, get a sponsor. But I suspect you're an addict yourself. You're acting like one.
Who's the woman who hit him? What happened?
The lady, her name was...
I don't need her name.
Just a lady driving by.
I don't need her name.
Val, cut it out. Cut it out.
What was he... How come he hit her? Or she hit him?
She hit him. She turned into him. She turned straight into him.
Was she driving up above Franklin, and was there a no left turn sign there?
All right, Val.
It was just an open road.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so there you go.
Listen, go to some meetings.
Start focus on your kid and go to Al-Anon.
Val, you're using this as an excuse to act out on your family, and you cut it out. Come on, cut it out.
All right, Drew. Don't have any more kids.
Okay? You can do better than this. You're not. His death had nothing to do with you. Nothing. And that relationship you thought you were going to have, you weren't going to have anyway.
No. Well, what with what, by the way?
Listen, and between what?
Yes, I don't know. I'm sure he was a world-class a-hole. And this woman killed him.
No.
He killed himself.
Yes, yes.
All right, now here's the thing, too, everybody. Listen.
Val's an addict, too, by the way. She's acting like one.
When all you have... when the only history you have with somebody is being part of their horrible lifestyle, where their hedonistic lifestyle, where they're having orgies and doing speed and using you to step on their speed and sell it to their buddies, and God knows what his fellow biker buddies did with you when you were 13 and all this stuff. When this is your only relationship, no need to go back and patch it up. It's really like looking for a crap you took 20 years ago and seeing if you can make it. See if you can make it into a log cabin. What? It's nothing there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, it's my dad. Okay, it's your dad. But what if the guy just given you up for adoption? You know what I mean? When you were two weeks old. This is worse. Like, here's what I'm saying. If your dad just cuts you, let's just say, okay, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to me, Drew.
Yeah.
Let's just say the dad knocks up the mom and is never seen again.
Right.
And the mom just raises the kid. Okay, the kid doesn't need to find the sperm donor.
No.
He knocked her up, left town.
Mm-hmm.
This is worse than that. He hung out and abused you for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have less reason. At least the guy who left, at least that was his only screw up.
And we're not saying don't give a guy in recovery a second chance, but he'd have 2 years of solid recovery under his belt, and you would have to do a little work yourself. So he'd ask you to do some work yourself before he'd want you back in his life.
But even then, there isn't that much to uncover.
Of the past, there's none.
The past, it's all bad.
Yeah, it's nothing.
All right. People go a little crazy with this blood thing.
They have
the blood thing is good if the person acts like it.
There's a fantasy. The child is so full of fantasy about who the parent is. The reality comes to bear. They want to recapture that fantasy. Well, that fantasy was just a fantasy. It wasn't really there in the first place.
Carol?
Hello.
Carol, you're 57.
Well, will be in February.
Oh, okay, so you're still young.
Okay.
You're spry 56. You're just 170 years out of our demo.
Now, Adam, be careful with me.
All right.
I'm fragile.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm saying this is a bad problem.
All right.
He's 63.
That,
Now he has me with his sons that are 27 and 29.
this is your husband?
No, of course not. It's the man I've been going with for 6 years, and these are his children. To me, they're kids.
What is he having you do with his kids?
Have sexual intercourse.
My God.
With the kids?
He's
Yes.
Perfectly
suggesting
normal, perfectly healthy behavior.
He's
Well, excuse me.
All right.
I'm very uncomfortable with this.
I see.
And
why are you doing
but
it?
it doesn't stop you.
Yeah, why are you doing it?
because he's taking Viagra, and he'll be fine until he's ready for an ejection, and then he'll get off and then have his son get on.
Hold on a second.
Okay, there's some really
First off, you guys see
horrifying
you
things
guys see
going
what we
on
have to look forward to? You know what I mean? Sitting
not
there with
right.
your Viagra, smacking your penis with a ruler, trying to get going while your girlfriend bangs around with one of your sons until you're ready. Now, what is she saying? Is she
She's
drunk?
saying that could possibly be very drunk, but she sounds really sad and lost.
She's saying that she has sex with the husband, with the kids while he's in the room?
Yes.
Is that true, Carol?
No,
No.
no. I'm saying it's hard for me to have this relationship with him while he wants me to have this relationship with his sons. I mean, this sexual
All right.
relationship.
Hey, Carol,
Yes.
I'm going to toe the line here from a conversational standpoint, and you just answer yes or no to a
Okay.
series of questions, okay?
Okay.
Is he in the same room as you when you have sex with his son?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you then have sex with him after having sex with the son?
No, he comes
No.
over to me and stands there, and then he comes.
All right, but not during
From watching.
from watching.
Why do
No.
you do these despicable things if you hate
Well,
them?
that's why I was going to ask Dr. Drew why I do this.
Well, let's not judge Drew. You don't know where she's from. This
What?
might be a cultural.
Well,
thing.
help us understand more about you. What would predispose someone?
Okay, Drew, that's not going to work with all those big words.
Why do
Carol,
you do this?
do you drink?
Yes.
Are you loaded
Yes.
when you do this?
No. I'm just I work the third shift. I'm tired.
I see.
I work the graveyard shift. He comes over in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and I'm tired. I take a nice hot bath, which relaxes me.
Right.
Okay. And then
I picture her taking a bath in like one of those wash tubs, like from the 1800s. You know, I don't.
not quite.
What graveyard
You
shift
have
do
plumbing?
you work?
That's 11 to 7:30 in the morning.
What's the job?
What's the job?
Well, you won't believe this, but I'm the only woman that's ever been there in 60 years. I am a furnace operator.
Really?
A what?
A furnace
I
operator
do, thank you.
at a some kind of foundry or something?
Yes, it's heat treating.
Heat what?
Heat treatment plant.
Heat treatment plant.
Yeah,
Who? Okay.
And
Does it involve steel?
of course it's steel. It's heat treating.
Oh, okay. Your
What
heat.
else
Your,
would we be treating?
sorry, baby.
Boy, this
Listen, I'm the only metallurgist here tonight. You
A metallurgist.
listen to me, you screwball.
I'm not screwball.
Thank God I'm
Metallurgist.
sharp and can figure out what she's doing.
But look at the effects of metal, even on a woman.
You heat. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. It's a very good point. She does heat treating to metal, which is a process that strengthens steel. When
Yeah.
you heat treat steel, it gets
Yeah.
like 10 times stronger
Here we
than
are.
it would be. But anyone who listens to the show with any regularity knows my theory about, and it used to be just limited to men who work around metal. Man, they're bizarre and engage in all sorts of devious behavior, and usually don't have two brain cells to rub together. This is the first woman we've ever spoken to
Yep.
who worked that closely with steel, and look what we got. So apparently
Some
it
chemical
spans
reaction.
it spans
some
genders.
biology occurs here.
Carol,
Okay, I do copper brazing.
I
silver
understand.
brazing,
I know.
hardening, softening of metal.
Okay, that's good. So it's a good gig you got there. And this guy, he's in his 60s, and he has some erectile difficulties, does he?
Well, that's why he's taking Viagra.
Right. And his sons are 27, and how old?
And 29.
And do you have
From
sex? Yes.
From another,
Right.
from his last
Do you,
wife.
do you have sex with both of them?
Yeah,
Yeah. And are both of them in the room? Do you do it simultaneously?
no.
No.
He brings them over one at a time.
Are they impaired in some way? Is there something wrong with them?
Why?
One's a little short and fat. The other one has a big penis.
Wow.
Bigger than his dad's.
Oh, now don't you bring that up in the same room
What?
with
I'm
Dad.
sorry.
Well, I'm just saying you respect your elder's penis. My grandfather told me that many times. I remember when me and Grandpa and Dad used to bang around with the same steel
Wait a
chick.
second.
All right.
Okay.
This is my problem, not yours.
Okay, listen, Carol.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of life you've led. I'm not picturing like Anne Margaret and
I'm 5'3", blonde.
I don't mean what you look like. I just mean I how many times you've been to Paris? You know what I mean? It hasn't been a great life, right?
It's been tough.
Hanging around with idiots, drinking too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is just more of it. So why don't you slow down? Why don't you be a little better to yourself?
Get rid of this guy.
Find a guy who's good to you. You know?
And find a drug or an alcoholic
How do
program.
you do that on third shift? There's nothing up here in Minnesota.
All right.
There's nothing here.
Carol, then you would be better off without a man.
Right.
Can't you get a nice lap dog, start watching game shows and call it a life?
I'm telling you, I just got a baby pug, and I'm so happy.
There you go.
Dogs here.
Best oral sex she's ever had.
This is an apartment building where you can't have any dogs.
All right. Well, Carol, what can we say then? You're damn too. You're gonna be doing this well into your 80s.
Okay,
It's a bad.
Carol, here, Carol.
Do you want to stop?
I beg your pardon?
Do you want to stop this behavior?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Sobriety. I bet you when you
Yeah.
get sober, magically this all ends.
Absolutely, that's true. If we can get her to look at this as part of her alcoholism, and she gets engaged in the 12-step recovery process, she will look at this and think, "Oh my God,
What am I
the
doing?
carnage of my disease."
She just added 11 minutes to my masturbatory exercise tonight, by the way.
Spread over 3 weeks, though. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Oh. 3 weeks. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 11 minutes. No, that's 3 days. Come on, what are you talking about? All right, but we hope we can chip away at that tonight. Now the mark is that I've added 11 plus 2.5. So what is that, 13.5 minutes? See if we can't chip away at that. If I bring the calendar, that'll knock 8 minutes off right there.
Faith,
Yes,
you're 22?
yes.
What's up?
I'm having a problem getting pregnant.
All right. Wow,
Oh my
you're only 22.
Yes.
That's young, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you want to get pregnant so young?
So young. I have a child. She's 4 and she'll be 5 in April.
Ah.
So you had your first child at 17,
6.
Yeah.
and you don't think that's young?
Yeah, I think that's young.
Are you married?
No.
How about marriage? What about getting a partner to help you with these kids?
Her father, I don't really talk to him.
All right.
You know, I was watching some Jane Goodall stuff.
Well, listen, you've learned a valuable lesson.
We
Faith.
really
You've
have
come
regressed.
a long way since you're pregnant at 16.
We have regressed. The women they're just a brood, and they just sit there with the kids.
Yeah.
And the guys are out in the brush fighting and
I got
nothing to do. Nothing to do with the kids.
Guys
Nothing to do with the females.
Get up on the roof, spread your legs. I got a helicopter that's equipped with a semen sprayer, and we'll just be flying over. That's it.
About noon tomorrow.
About noonish. Yeah. It's modified. It's the ones they use, the ones they use on crops. But I filled it with my own seed.
Your own seed?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was potluck.
Mainly mine.
Mostly mine.
Mostly mine.
Like I said, you always did potluck.
I got some little Chris's, and a lot of stuff's come through the mail. Yours, but it's basically my seed.
Good seed, though.
It's been stepped on with little baby laxative, and like I said, some Chris and some of the other guests we've had on the show. But it's mainly my seed. You should get a pretty good kid out of it.
All right.
So you'd be up on the roof around noon.
So Faith, you want
a dose.
to understand why you can no longer get pregnant?
Well, I thought I had, because I didn't get cleaned out when I first had her. I had to have a DNC.
That's nothing.
Cleaned out.
And then it took me. Well, actually, I was pregnant. I got pregnant like in last year in March, but I got an abortion.
Jewish.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, Phoenix.
Yeah.
16. No dad in the picture. Obviously, we're talking to a Jew.
No, but now I've been.
Hold
with
on.
this guy.
Hold on. You've got to be kidding me. True. We're never wrong. This is... Wow. Hey, listen, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I admit it. You were not bat mitzvahed, Faith?
Huh?
You're not bat mitzvahed?
What's that mean?
Okay. Now
take that as a no.
I'm going to take that as a no. All
Point your leg.
All right. So you got pregnant. What happened?
I got an abortion
All right.
And when was that?
last year.
Okay.
And have you ever, with the same man you're trying to get pregnant with now?
Yeah.
All right, so you know you can get pregnant with him. And
Yeah, but we've been trying and nothing's happened.
Right.
have you had any tubal infections or pelvic problems?
Not that I know of.
So you've never had any sexually transmitted diseases, no endometriosis, no problems with tube function?
I never had.
Never had an ectopic pregnancy?
And not no to the bat mitzvah?
No.
No. Okay.
I think she's kidding.
Right.
She's kidding.
Have you been to a doctor to check out your
I've been to
fertility?
a doctor the last time I've been to a doctor was last year when they checked me down there to make sure everything was okay.
This was after the abortion.
Yeah, make sure everything was fine.
Yeah.
And they said everything looked fine to me.
Faith.
Well, here's the deal. One thing is that each time you have an abortion, it does increase the risk of fertility problems. So it's possible something's related to the abortion. It's
Seems
not
good
likely.
down there.
You have an tubal infection, but that always is another reason that women can have trouble conceiving. We don't know about your boyfriend. Is he smoking pot or anything?
No, he doesn't do drugs.
Okay, and so he's okay. We know he can conceive.
Because he's on probation.
You have conceived before.
What does he do, this guy of yours?
What does he do? He's a night stalker.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A night stalker or stalker?
He kills the elderly in their sleep.
Night stalker. That's what I thought. It's a good gig. I used to do that.
He's a night stalker.
All right. Does he have a record?
No, he doesn't.
No, he's not been to the joint.
No.
All right.
How old is he?
19.
He's 19?
Okay. Listen, you two brainiacs. How about he gets a gig that's better than putting cans of Dinty Moore on a shelf at 4 a.m., and you guys get a little education, and he gets a couple years under his belt, and you guys get married, and then you crank out another kid.
Oh, Adam, you're so old-fashioned.
I know,
How
but
dare
listen,
you?
Faith, I hate to sound like a prick, but what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just...
Wouldn't that be a better life? I mean, what about the child? Don't you want to have your own home and have a nice, safe car and be able to provide and have him have a little more of a career?
Tell her your story a little bit so she understands where you're coming from.
But he's like dying for a kid now.
Well,
All right.
he's 19.
That means he's an idiot. All right. Okay. Listen. I just hope something like her uterus fell out last abortion or something, and she can't have any kids. But
give me a little being poor speech, will you?
He's dying for a kid.
I know, 19.
What the hell does that mean? He's stocking shelves. Look, everybody. I know we shouldn't be passing judgment, but we should be passing judgment. Look, stupid 19-year-olds who have menial, horrible jobs should not be cranking out kids. That's it. They got a kid. It's her kid. It should be struggle enough for those two to make ends meet the way it is.
Yep.
And by the way, I don't want anyone who says had the doctor look down there.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That's not a good mama. Give it a few years, idiots. Jesus, what's wrong with all you a-holes?
Well, give it a bit about, keep the poorness keeping you down.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
The poorness.
What happened to me?
You were poor.
Yeah.
And how it keeps you being
sucks.
poor. Keeps you.
My mom was on food stamps and welfare, and it sucked.
But it kept you down. And unless you do something to get yourself out of it, it's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, well, because you get behind the 8 ball, because you crank out a bunch of kids, and you can barely afford to take care of those kids, and you can never. This is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Your best friend when you're poor and you're a loser is time. You need to work your crappy job. In this case, the guy needs to stock his shelves all night, and then during the day, he needs to go to some sort of school or trade school or
vocation,
something. He needs to better himself. Now, the problem is when you start having kids, that's out the window. There's no working and coming home and then leaving again. It's all you can do to take care of the kids.
That's right.
And whatever extra money you may be able to put aside for yourself in order to support whatever these vocational training is or college or classes or whatever this is, That money's going in the mouth of the kid, so you never get anywhere. Meanwhile, you've never got anywhere, and ironically, the kids ain't going anywhere either because you don't put the money aside. You can't afford the schooling. It's
vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's loser. Yeah. It's why you have generations of losers. Just stop it. Here's where it stops. Stop cranking out the kids. And by the way, the impulse at 19 to want a kid is
dying
a guy.
To have a kid. That's weird.
Now you're just stupid. Yeah. So you're sort of doomed. You're doomed. Yeah. You're not going anywhere. You didn't even forget it. It's done.
Yeah.
All right. Just don't kill anybody. All right. All right. And by the way, she's already got one kid with some old man who's not around. Well, let's just say the 19-year-old who's stocking shelves knocks her up. What birthdays the kid make it to before he's moving to Florida, stocking some shelves?
Oh, he'll be great
in
Floridian.
Dade County. Yeah,
perfect.
He's already an honorary Floridian. They will do that. They'll deputize losers in other states. Yeah. At 19, stocking shelves, trying to knock up your old lady, not married? You're now an official Floridian. You know how Bill Cosby gets all those bogus degrees bestowed on him? Florida should start doing that. Yeah, and maybe it's like, well, you got a job. I'm not sure if you're Florida material. I am trying to knock up my girlfriend.
You're in.
Okay, you're in. Okay, very good. Touche. We could take a quick break. We'll be right back. Gloria?
Hello.
You're 28, right?
Yes.
What's up?
I'm having problems with my relationship.
All right. What do you want?
I would like to know if I should leave him.
Yes.
My husband of 7 years had been molested, raped by 4 men when he was in Boy Scouts.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. And how's that manifesting itself now?
I had noticed some bleeding, anal bleeding on his underwear. I'm worried that he may be homosexual. I'm worried about my child around him.
All right. Why are you worried that he's homosexual? Because of the blood spots in his underwear?
Yes.
Well, nothing that particularly relieving about that. But listen, why now? You've known about his history for a long time. It's the same guy you've known for 7 years. Why are you worried all of a sudden?
He has been making pornographic screensavers on the computer, obsessed with anal sex.
With women?
Mostly, yes, women and anal sex.
Women?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So you're working the homosexual angle there, Gloria. Yeah. That's why we made the stipulation between the men and the women, you see? Right. All right. And you're kind of uptight or out of it, or what's your problem? Or angry. Is that what it is? Hey, Gloria? I'm trying to get a beat on you. I can't figure out dumb or mad or uptight or I think you're kind of pissed off. Are you angry?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, don't be angry with us, please. Let's have a civil dialogue here. Okay. What else is he doing?
Abusive, raping me.
Oh, all right. Well, now that's something.
You could have brought that up front.
Yes.
That's reason enough to leave the guy, right? And certainly to try to get some help, maybe domestic violence assistance, or just get a therapist of your own and really start to get to work on this.
How many kids do you have?
1 child.
And what's up with you that you're with this guy? I mean, is there anything in your past that would be familiar to this sort of situation?
I always believed that he was chastising me.
Now, what happened to you? What happened to you growing up to lead you to want to be in that kind of relationship? Were you physically abused, emotionally abused?
No, never was.
No, so everything.
What'd you say?
Never.
Everything was good with you.
Yes.
And now this guy's raping you, and you're staying with him?
Yes.
So that doesn't fit.
How many times has he raped you?
For 7 years.
Are you on medication, Gloria?
No.
Or do you do drugs?
No.
Why is it in Gloria, we do this show every night, although we only pay attention about 3 nights out of the week, but it still adds up to be a lot of shows. And we know that nobody gets in a relationship and gets raped for 7 years who comes from
perfection,
something healthy. So can you tell us something about your past? Your father, what kind of guy was he?
My father never touched me.
Yeah, what about you? Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole list. Did anybody touch you?
No.
Nobody. No, nobody physically or sexually ever did anything to you?
No.
When did you lose your virginity?
I really don't want to talk about that.
Well, see, now we're getting somewhere. Seriously, how old were you?
Okay, I was molested when I was 6.
All right. Hey, Gloria, let me ask you something. Who called who? Did we call you and wake you up and ask you all sorts of prying questions about molestation, or did you call this goddamn show wanting some answers?
Answers.
All right, then. Please.
Is it me? Am I having a problem, or is he having...
Well, your problem is that you're hanging in with this.
Right.
Not doing something about it.
He's not a good guy. I'm sorry that he was victimized when he was young, but you were victimized as well, and now you're both sort of acting out your roles, and his roles as a victimizer and yours as a victim.
You must get some help.
You got to get help. You have to get therapy for the sake of your child so that your child doesn't become a victim, and you probably have to get out of this relationship. Okay, Gloria?
You need some structure in the home to protect you from the domestic violence. Got to report this.
See, this show, even though people don't look at psychology as a science, we look at it as a science. I mean, it is an exact science, and nobody stays with anybody who rapes them for 7 years unless there was something before that. I'm not saying they were raped for 7 years by their father, but there's something that sets them up for that, and we dragged it out of Gloria. And people say, well, why is it important that you drag that out of Gloria? Because it's important that Gloria looks at that, solves that, so she doesn't hook up with another rapist, essentially.
Lisa?
Yeah.
You 35?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, I'm 35, and my husband, about 6 months ago, went to prison. And I had told him that at 35, I wanted to have his child, and the only way we were going to be able to do this is if we figured out some way for him to do it when he was in his cell, and then when I came for a visit, give it to me, and I'd go in the bathroom. And last weekend, we did it.
What did he put it in?
Put it in
one of his buddies?
Not what I wanted him to put it in.
He baked it into a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to shove the entire angel food cake up her.
He put it in a rubber glove.
Oh, good
A finger of a rubber glove.
All right. Well, that's not bad. What did you think? He was going to put it in turkey baster, in the joint?
I didn't know what he was going to put it in.
Well, you said you wanted it to be in something. What did you want it to be in?
What did I want it to be in?
Yeah.
Well, I would have liked it to have been in me.
I see. You wanted a direct.
That'd have been nice.
What
I
happened
see. But you kind of had to know that wasn't going to happen,
what
right?
happened? Yeah.
Well,
See, here's the thing, Drew. I'd be all right in the joint because I think I could fit through one of those talking holes they have drilled into the Lexan.
We actually joked about sitting at the table and having it, because he has long legs and anyway. But
what happened to conjugal visits?
They don't have those in Oregon.
Good.
Oh, Oregon.
Why?
Good.
You must not know anybody in prison that you care about.
You're goddamn right I don't know anybody in prison.
Well, see, he's in there for something he didn't do.
Of course.
And we're waiting for trial.
All right. What didn't he do?
He didn't do anything.
I know, but
what didn't
I know,
do?
but
he didn't do what he didn't do.
This is what I love about our listeners. Like, he's in prison for a crime he didn't do. All right, what didn't he do? He didn't do anything. All right.
And then will be used against you. So I won't say anything right
What was he accused of?
He was accused of having a weapon.
And he's never had a weapon before?
I don't want to answer that. Don't ask me this. Let me get back to you.
No. Wait a second. Listen, if you're accused of having a weapon and you go into the joint because of that, then you're on probation.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Already he was on probation.
So what was he on probation for?
I don't want to say.
Well,
I can't
you don't think the
I want to talk about the baby I have.
I don't give a rat's ass.
What?
You don't think the DA knows what he's on probation for?
Well, everybody knows.
All right, so tell us.
I don't want to say. I can't say. You know what?
Why can't
I'm going to visit him in the morning. Tomorrow is his visit, and he's listening right now. And I will tell him tomorrow. He will have heard this, and he will say, "Honey, you are good or you are bad for not saying what it was about." Because there's not very many people in this situation, so they would.
Stinking whore. Wait a second. I don't. First off, what's he going to do? He's in the joint.
Hey, he's my husband. What do you mean he's going to do? Either he's going to do time or he's not going to do time, and I'm pushing for no time.
Wow.
Hold on
I
a
want him
second.
here.
Oh, boy.
God damn, is Lisa nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, is she nuts.
Yeah.
She's like 10 kinds of nuts.
Well, you know what that is? That's called dysregulated aggression, which is certain personality disorders. They can't regulate their aggression.
This is called nuts.
Well,
you want to hear nuts? My life is nuts.
We get that. We get that. But you created that.
Yeah.
I like that she's offered that as an excuse. Okay.
Anyway,
Hold on. Listen.
Right.
I would not. I would be upset if you told me you owned an iguana. I can't believe you're trying to have kids.
I already have 2.
Oh
my God.
I have a 6 and an 8-year-old.
I look at you as an enemy of the state.
What? So
what are you doing, you witch?
Really?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Why
I want
more
a baby.
kids?
You want a baby? You're
love
nuts. You don't love anything.
Oh, I do love a lot.
Oh, you're so goddamn nuts.
I'm no nuttier than you are for having me on your talk show.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Very touche, by the way.
We are all nutty a little bit.
Yeah, I know. We're a little nutty. You're a ton nutty.
Okay, well, you're nutty for putting me on the air anyway.
I like that logic.
Yeah, but listen, all I got to do is hit this button, and I'm sane again. You're still nuts. Now I'm nuts because I'm going back there.
I agree. Hey, I'm not in denial.
Okay, now just listen to me.
Good girl.
Just listen to me.
I like this.
Your husband's a felon, and you're cranking it. You're trying to have more kids with this nut job?
Excuse me?
What are you
not
thinking?
A nut job. I would like to give him a nut job, though.
All right. Please don't have kids.
Why?
I'll tell you why, and I just want you to listen with your...
I'm listening.
Now put the phone to your sane ear and listen to me.
Neither of them are sane.
Listen to me.
Good girl.
You sound like my husband.
Your husband is incarcerated.
For not very long.
Well, we don't know
I
that.
wouldn't count on that.
We don't know that.
Well, yeah.
Yes, and he has plenty of priors.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, he's not gonna come out and head up the Beatrice Corporation. He's gonna get a job at a welding supply place.
Oh no, he's gonna get a job with me. He's gonna be working on me for a very long time.
Where's my bourbon? You are nuts, and somebody abused you. And you already have 2 kids. How are you going to support?
He abused me? I never
No,
said
he didn't.
No, he didn't abuse you.
Oh.
Your dad did.
Yeah.
Whose dad did?
Your dad did.
My dad never abused me. I had the perfect relationship with my mom and dad.
No.
He was a letter carrier. We went on vacations every year.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I had a perfect childhood.
He's a letter
that's why I'm all
carrier.
messed up.
He never hit you. He never hit you.
No, spankings, yes, but never.
That's called hitting.
I've never been abused. Never.
Listen, whatever. Then you got hit by lightning or an earwig crawled in your brain when you were 14. And
Why? I got hit by a car. No.
Good.
Why do you
there it is.
Well, really, why do you say this? I'm serious.
Because I can hear that you're mentally unstable.
You're right, I am.
All right. Mentally unstable people should not be raising kids.
Mike.
So please stop it.
Oh, my God.
Take that sperm and eat it. Pretend you gave him a blowjob.
It's too late.
Oh, good. All right, listen. When I'm in charge, I go around and put a bullet in all these people's heads. I got to have more kids. Got a nice 8-year-old, a 4-year-old. Who's taking care of those kids? Who's paying for those kids?
She may be just an untreated bipolar, in which case she could get better.
Get some medication, please. No more kids. And I'm fine with them getting rid of these conjugal visits because they knock up screwballs like this.
You're right.
Please. All right. He's in there because he's got a bunch of priors. That's why he's in the joint. We'll be back. Anna?
Hi.
You're 26?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I have 5-year-old twins, and I know something happened to them, and everyone has told me just to let it go. I can't. And
you have. Hang on. Slow down. You have 5-year-old twins, and what happened to them?
Well, when they started to go to preschool, I caught them at the very beginning when they started to go. One was kissing, or I don't even want to say it because I feel so sick and horrible. And but one was doing the other one in the living room. And I just walked in on him.
I can barely follow this.
Well, hold on a second. Is it a boy, girl, or two boys?
2 boys.
2 boys.
And one put the other's wee-wee in his mouth.
Wee-wee.
That's why I have to talk to people like Anna.
Well,
Are you laughing at me?
no. We're laughing with you.
I mean,
But
I'd rather you laugh in my face right now than do it after I hang up.
Okay.
No.
Well, it'll be both. But listen, Anna sounds like a mess.
Yeah,
What's
she
up
can't
with
even
you,
try it.
Anna?
I'm sorry?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, God. I don't know how to put it nicely.
Publicist?
I'm a massage therapist, but it's more.
Mm-hmm. You stinking whore. Please.
Massage therapist.
All right. And you do a little more.
And you bring these people around your house?
No, absolutely not. There is not nothing
All right.
there.
All right. Well, let's try to deconstruct this a little bit. Were you ever sexually abused?
Yes, my
Where's
father.
Okay, and so you would be attracted to guys that are child molesters. That would be what you're into.
Where's the father of these twins?
We were married he was one of the second men I was ever with, besides my father, and then we were together for a long time, and then I just matured, and I realized that, this isn't normal to be treated this way.
And then you became a prostitute?
Actually, I always wanted to do that. I went to a very religious school, and I guess I'm really sick, but they used to spank us, and I liked it, and
yeah. Well, look, your dad sexually abused you starting at what age?
Actually, I was 12, and he said that he thought I was my mother because I was sleeping in his bed. It's a long story.
Where was your mother?
Well, I went to see her. He was not home, and I went into her bed, and she was like rubber backs, but that was it. She never did anything else. And then I fell asleep, and then she went to say goodnight to the rest of the kids, and she never came back. And then he came home and thought I was her, and then he did everything to me.
One time?
Yes, one time, but he did things to the other kids.
Yeah, of course.
Well, wait a minute. Is this? Did he? He didn't.
No,
think
he
you were.
said that. He said that.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Mrs. Smith.
Yeah,
I don't understand you. You're both talking at the same time.
All right. Anna not only is a little skeezy, but her phone line is more effed up than she is, if that's possible.
Not possible.
And it's hard to understand her.
That was her brain wiring screwing up there.
Okay, her father sexually abused her one time.
I don't buy that either.
That seems bizarre.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's a prostitute, escort. Let's just see if we can sort this out and wrap it up. Hey, Anna?
Yes, it's not about me.
I know it's not about you, but it is about you.
It is about you because you're the mother of these children, and they need a sane mother in order to develop.
Here's the plan. How about getting out of the prostitution trade on behalf of the kids and yourself?
Actually, I did. While I was married, and I worked in some restaurant. I actually waited on Man Cow and Mir Daily and all these great people and blah blah blah. And I was treated like it was actually more degrading to be nice to some bitchy woman who.
Listen, Anna. Let me just say this. Please just listen to me because I'm a genius and you're a mess. You need.
If you saw me and if you saw me walking down the street. You would so not say that.
This is exactly why we can say it. Because we don't see
I know, but I don't see you, and all I do is hear you.
Where can I go for counseling? I'd love to go.
Well, let's get the kids first. Let's get the kids. They need some help. They're going to need to be evaluated immediately.
Well, it happened a while ago. I took them out of school, and it was preschool. And now.
Well, I guarantee you, whatever happened, I can't guarantee you, but I bet what happened didn't happen in the school.
What happened to you happened a long time ago too.
Right.
Exactly.
And you're still a mess, so let's do something about it.
With the kids, at least something can be done there.
Or yourself, too. Phone line screwed up. But anyway, she can hear us, and we'll just speak to her.
We'll start with Rain, someplace like that, Helpline, University of Chicago.
Okay, if you're just starting fresh, I mean, if you I got molested, or I was abused, or I think my children were, I don't have insurance, I don't have any money, I just got to start fresh. What do? You open the phone book?
How do you get help?
You look in the front of the phone book?
It's hard to say. I would start with an organization like RAIN.
How do you find RAIN? You don't know anything about. You don't know.
There are hotlines. There are hotlines on the Loveline website.
There are.
Yep. Go on the Loveline website. Check out all the hotlines. And I would advise you start Department of Psychiatry at a local university, University Medical School, and just because they tend to have free services and that sort of thing.
Right. Like you get a free haircut at the barber college.
Exactly.
You get free counseling at the psychological college.
Psychiatric hospital.
You ever go to those barber colleges?
No, I can't say have.
I grew up going to those goddamn barber colleges. And here's the thing about the barber college. Yes, the haircut is free if and you got 3 hours. Because what happens is the student, he makes every 2 cuts, he's got to call the instructor back. So it's like, snip, snip, Herb, I need... Herb's on the phone, so I want to wait. Then Herb comes, what is this? And it's like, well, I think it's uneven. Okay, well, 2 more snips. I'm going to go to Nevada. You call me. The guy goes back and forth. I mean, here's the thing. They got nothing but time, and they're glad to have your ass in that chair. There's not a line of people waiting to get their hair cut. It's just them sort of,
goof around,
cutting their teeth on your hair. Yeah, it's not. They're not trying to. Now you go to a regular barber. They want you. It's $20. It's $10. It's $50. They want to get you.
Yeah.
It's $10 whether it's 10 minutes or 10 hours. They want to get you out of there. These guys just sitting there for like 3 hours. The instructors to keep coming back, and oh my God. One time I went to a barber college. They had some sort of Japanese exchange program going on. It's like what this looks like the Bataan Death March. What's going on here? And they're like, oh yeah, we sent all our people over to Tokyo, and they sent theirs over here.
Where was this? What city?
This was in Santa Monica. This is when I was at this point I'm 26, 27. I'm still at the goddamn barber college, and because I had $6, and so I get like a Toshi Manuko cut my hair. And I'm like, hey, listen, it looks real goofy if you cut it too short on top. And he's like, aye. And I'm like, your hair. And it's like, his interpreter's like, he doesn't speak. He's from Japan. He's from Kobe. This is an exchange program. I'm like, there's a 50-50 chance your barber's not going to understand what you want. The guy, the Irish guy who was born in Wisconsin is not going to understand what you want. This guy, no, I effed it up completely. I had no idea what was going on. Couldn't communicate at all. Horrible. That's a bad day when you walk into the Japanese exchange program at the barber college. Yeah, it's good times.
Good times,
yeah. JJ?
Yes, hi.
You're 23?
I'm 23, and I just need a little advice.
All right.
I'm married, and my husband's 26, and we have 3 children together.
Wow.
And he lately has been going to his friend's house and not coming home. So,
what kind of friend? What do you mean friend?
I don't know. Friends, I haven't met them. Friends from high school.
You haven't met them? And what do you mean not coming home?
Going to their house, saying he'd be home, and then not coming home till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day.
Wow.
Two possibilities. Two possibilities. There's really only 2.
I don't think he's cheating on me. But I mean, it can lead to that.
Well, that's the one, and the other is drug addiction.
And what about working on some sort of project, like an invention?
Like the skunk works. He goes to the skunk works at night.
Yeah, you don't know.
Or he has like ET somewhere in there. He has to feed it.
What's he do for a living? Because this is going to sum it up. It'll be easy.
Kind of in transition. We have a
right now.
Oh, he's in transition. What is from what?
We have our own business. We have our own business, and he's getting into graphic arts. So
he's getting into graphic arts.
Why isn't he running your own business?
Why are we running our own business?
No, why isn't he busy running that? Why does he?
I don't know. You guys, basically, I'm asking. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm committed. I'm ready to settle down, and he told me flat out said I'm not changing for anyone. He doesn't want to feel like he's in a prison.
Wait, JJ, you are buying BS for some reason.
I know.
You're not willing to look at things very carefully. We are not suggesting that you leave. We are not suggesting that you leave your husband. In fact, there are kids involved, and we insist that you stick it out.
Well, who has to leave? He's
gone.
Left. Yeah, all you got to do is stay home, and it's like leaving your husband.
Be that as it may, what is the business that he conducts? What is your business?
We have a janitorial business.
And who runs it now?
He does.
He runs it? Well, how does he run it if he's partying all the time?
I don't know. I don't know. You know,
Okay.
he works.
You need to examine these things carefully. He's addicted to something.
and
This is drug
let me
addiction.
just
That's
say
what the
this.
story
Yeah,
is.
he smokes pot. Yeah, he does.
Well, there's more. There's more. This is probably cocaine runs.
That's what I've been asking, but I don't think so, you guys. I mean, I know it's not that. I don't know if I
JJ,
should
quiet down. Shut up. Now listen to me. You got to tell him you got 3 kids, you got a business to run, and those urinal cakes are not going to throw themselves into the toilet. You understand? He has to get and start doing something. And you have to start laying down. Now, here's the thing about guys, except for Drew. Guys will do whatever they can do. I mean, they're sort of like pets. I mean, if the dog will sleep, will sit on the sofa while you sit on the floor and hump every leg of every guest that comes into the house, and then take a dump on your souffle. Actually, I had a dog that only crapped on souffle. We call him Soufy. And he only did it on souffles. He was that spoiled. The point is you got to yank the chain. You got to get him off the couch. You got to lay down the ground rules. The dog is ultimately happier, actually, when you do this. But JJ's not willing to do this or even look at it.
Moreover, you're not willing to look at it because JJ, this behavior is so far out of line, that you should be. I mean, you should be taking very serious action here.
Well, so you agree with me that it's not right for him to be staying out all night?
JJ.
Oh, no, that's not what we're saying at all.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, you misunderstood.
You just stay out permanently.
But Drew was saying he should be coming back at 4 in the afternoon.
Yes, when I say it's so very far inappropriate, so very far out of line, what I mean is he had to stay out later.
JJ, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, why can't you see this? Why can't you take action?
I can't see it, and I want to take action, but I don't want to split up my family. He listens to the show every night. He's listening right now, I'm sure.
If you don't take action, your family is doomed.
Okay.
The only person that can save this situation is you.
Drew.
And maybe you just start going to Al-Anon. Why don't you start going to Al-Anon meetings? Go to Al-Anon, get a sponsor, and you'll hear the stories like yours over and over and over and over again, and you'll start understanding how to deal with these situations. Okay.
And by the way, I like the guy who bangs out the 3 kids, gets married, and then makes the proclamation. Listen, there's nothing could hold.
I want to do my own thing.
I'm a lone wolf. Okay.
I don't want to feel like I'm in jail here.
Hey, baby, read the back of the silk jacket. You see, lone wolf. You see, that's not just writing. That's a motto. That's the way I live my life. I like to bang other women. I like to smoke meth till all hours of the morning. I like to crash my buddy Stu's place. That's the way I operate.
Yeah, JJ, stop buying this BS. It's total BS.
Okay.
Total obfuscation. Just do not give in to this.
And no more kids, you geniuses.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're between, I can't even be employed as a janitor and crank out the 3 kids. What's wrong with everybody?
I imagine what mess that business is in, too, now. She doesn't look into that.
I imagine the house has a pine smell, though. To me, that's the only redeeming quality of the whole call is that there's so many janitorial supplies kept in the entryway that it just it's like a pine forest when you open the door.
I worry he's going to combust with the crack pipe.
Oh. Michelle?
Yeah, hi.
You're 26. What's up?
Yes. Hi. Well, I'm 26. I grew up in a male kind of household, family. Grew up all sports fanatics. Turned out I worked in Manhattan in business, but I always loved sports and I always idolized them. So I got into sports medicine. And then I just started having sex with all these athletes. Had an abortion with a very famous player. Never told him about it because I'm not a money-grubbing, paternity suit freak, But I never wanted to do that. But I can't stop. I just have to have as many athletes as I want.
I'm the same way with those chick volleyball players. If I don't bang 4 of those a week,
cowboy cheerleaders.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me talk to Drew. This Michelle is nutty as the day is long. You know what I love about this show? You know more about listening to someone than you do seeing them.
Yes.
Because if you saw her, she's 26, she's attractive. and you'd be looking at her, and you'd be wasting your time.
Yeah.
Even if you're a woman, even if you're a gay, even if you weren't interested in her physically at all, you still make an assessment.
You'd be affected.
Part of your mind is thinking, gee, she's pretty tall, or where did she get that blouse?
Yeah.
But when you listen on the radio, just the nut comes through. None of the shell. Just the nut. It's the beauty of the radio.
Hello?
Hey, nut job.
And
wow, are you crazy?
Hi, and yeah, I'm very attractive also, so it's very easy for me.
What a surprise, yeah.
It's everybody that meets me says I look exactly like Tracy Lords,
Oh, yeah.
physically and facial.
What city do you live in?
What city do I live in? Rutherford? Right by the Meadowlands.
Oh, all right.
Where's that?
Hey, that's New Jersey.
That's way.
Can you turn, you know where the Meadowlands are? Can you turn the stereo down there, good looking?
I'll turn it off.
Thank you.
All right, well, here's the deal. What was that?
You're crazy, aren't you, Michelle?
Yeah, I just trash so many relationships because I just want to have these flings and I don't cheat, so I just feel so guilty that I have to break up with these good guys, you know?
Michelle, is there manic depression in your family anywhere?
No. No, I don't think so.
Adam, is there manic depression in your family anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Manic depression? No. I mean, I could tell you what's wrong with my family. My parents are divorced, but I grew up with, I'm an only child, but I grew up with, my cousins are mans and...
Yeah, but being around men, they must have done something to you, these men. What do they do? What do they do to you?
Well...
Sexual compulsion comes from
No,
having...
I'm a very sexual person.
Michelle, that's a bunch of BS. Sexual compulsion comes from sexual abuse.
No, I always thought that it was cool. I mean, when I was younger, before my parents got divorced, my father always had houses around, so I would just look and see what he was into.
And how old were you when you started seeing things like that?
9.
All right. And when did you lose your virginity?
13.
And what about before that?
What?
Anything before that?
No, but I got kicked out of kindergarten for masturbating when I was 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
what about some of those cousins of yours?
Yeah, something went on, Michelle. This is something happened.
What do you think about some of those cousin guys of yours?
No, I have a half brother.
What happened to him? What did he do to you?
We laugh about it. I mean, nobody knows about it.
What did he do to you?
It's a good time.
I didn't. What did I do to him? More like it.
Well, what'd you do to him?
He's a year younger than me, and I just want him to play with himself in front of me.
How old were you when that happened?
16. He was 15.
All right, Michelle, something really happened to you growing up. Somewhere along the way that created this sexual compulsion.
I wish I could tell you, but I was just always really crazy. I don't know.
That doesn't happen like that. Okay.
Well, whatever it is, you're crazy.
And you really should look into some treatment for sexual compulsivity because you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I just go out and, like I'm a sports therapist, and when I know I'm going to see somebody that I like, like a hockey player or something, like I'll have a drink before, and then I'll loosen up and do extra things. Like
perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
What?
Okay. Hey, Michelle?
Yeah?
Do you understand the process of working with somebody to fix a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's what you do for a living?
Yes.
Even if it comes in the form of a blowjob? You need to get some therapy, honey.
Okay.
You're really nutty.
What?
You're nutty. I can hear it in your voice.
Sex, though.
Forget about sex. You're nuts. I can hear it. So get some therapy.
You need to look. Go into the bookstore and look under sexual compulsions, and you'll find there's a lot of stuff written about it now, and you'll see where this all comes from. It is not a healthy thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Loveline's phone number is 1191. Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.